Today, we're taking you on an epic road trip from Melbourne to Sydney via the Scenic A1 route. We'll share all the places we visited, how much the trip cost, and where we stayed along the way. Let's hit the road. We started our journey bright and early from Hallam, Victoria. Our first destination was Lake's Entrance, about 280 kilometers away. After a few hours of driving, we stopped for lunch and enjoyed the peaceful vibe of the area. Our next stop was Merimbula, where we stayed the night at the Hillcrest Merimbula Motel. It cost us 189 Australian dollars for the night. The location was quiet and close to town, with friendly staff and decent facilities. For dinner, we went to a cozy Indian cafe in town. The food was delicious and the perfect way to end the first day of our road trip. Day 2. The next morning, we grabbed coffee at the only cafe open that early, then took a peaceful walk around Merimbula town and the lake. It was so quiet and serene, an amazing start to the day. After checking out of the motel, we visited Pambula Beach. Although it was too cold for a swim, the unique rock formations made the stop worthwhile. We also explored Wallaga Lake and took a short walk there before heading back on the road. For lunch, we stopped at Batemans Bay, a larger town with plenty of options. After eating, we continued our journey, taking breaks at rest areas and refueling as needed. The A1 has plenty of rest stops and petrol stations, making it very convenient for road trips. By evening, we arrived at the Moxy Airport Hotel in Sydney. For 2 nights, including parking and breakfast, we paid 420 Australian dollars. The hotel offered valet parking, so we handed over the keys and settled in for the night. Day 3. We started the day with breakfast at the hotel, then took a taxi to the Sydney Opera House. The place wasn't too crowded early in the morning, but it got busier as the day went on. After some shopping at nearby gift shops, we hopped on a ferry from Circular Quay to Manly. It was amazing to learn that ferries are part of Sydney's public transport. We also explored Sydney's trains and trams, visiting the iconic Queen Victoria Building, QVB, and Dimox bookstore. The QVB was stunning, with beautiful architecture and tons of shops to explore. After a full day, we returned to the hotel and ordered food via Uber Eats before calling it a night. Day 4. We checked out of the hotel and headed to the Blue Mountains. Unfortunately, we didn't book Scenic World tickets in advance and had to wait hours for entry. While waiting, we visited the Three Sisters Lookout, which was crowded due to the holidays. Parking wasn't cheap either, $3 Australian per 15 minutes. At Scenic World, we paid 132 Australian dollars for 2 tickets. The cable car and steep railway were incredible experiences, offering stunning views of the dense forest below. We also picked up souvenirs from the gift shop before leaving. Our next stay was at the KYAH Hotel, costing 200 Australian dollars. The hotel had free electric bicycles, a hot tub, and even a small garden, but we went out to a nearby town for dinner. Day 5. After breakfast, we took a quick bike ride around the area before packing up and heading to Wentworth Falls. The falls were stunning and we enjoyed the short trails and lookouts. On our way back, we stopped at Sublime Point Lookout, one of the most beautiful spots on the trip. Later, we arrived in Bega but couldn't find any restaurants open, so we drove back to Merimbula for dinner at the same Indian cafe. We checked into the Bega Motel, which cost 212 Australian dollars. The motel was well maintained and even provided a small kitchen in the room. Day 6. On the final day, we visited the Bega Cheese Factory where we explored the exhibits and bought cheese and butter. We even picked up a 5 kg ice pack to keep everything fresh during the drive. After a quick stop at Lake's entrance for coffee, we finally arrived home around 10 p.m. The total distance we traveled was 2,568 kilometers, with an average fuel economy of 22.3 kilometers per liter. Fuel cost us about 230 Australian dollars, and food and other expenses came to around 500 Australian dollars. The total trip cost approximately 1,751 Australian dollars. What a journey it's been! From scenic lookouts to charming towns, this road trip had it all. Let us know your thoughts and favorite spots in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more adventures. See you in the next video.